Hey everyone, this is Crazyhouse and I be drawing my butt off. Yes indeed, here we are again Thursday night and we will be doing some more drawing. And I want to switch up gears a little bit this week and do something fun for you guys to enjoy. And I want to give you guys a taste and show that I don't just draw the same styles all the time, whether it be my work that I do for my own Crazy House ideas, or what I do for Naturally Cute coloring books, or even when I do my sci-fi and fantasy artwork. I also like just doing just regular cartoon and cartoony type images as well. Okay, so back in, let's say, I guess it was 2008, I started developing my own cartoony style. I had seen a lot of books out there about, how to draw characters in a more cartoony style, and I kind of took those in and tried to develop my own version of that. And the reason I was doing that is because I started working more in mainstream entertainment, so I wanted to have just a quick style that I could do, that I can get work done, especially doing like storyboards or even working like making character designs for animation. And it worked out pretty well for me in using this style. So you might have seen my style of cartooning in the music videos that I worked on. I worked on 2 music videos when I lived in Atlanta. I worked on one for Gucci Mane, and then I worked on another music video for Disturbing the Peace Records called The Ghetto Tour Guide. Later, I used this style when working on a short film, a short animated film called The Adventures of Captain Saberhood. You can watch a little bit of that here, the trailer, as well as the pencil test here on my YouTube channel. So if you want to go find that, you can watch that here in my work for hire section. And then, I kept using the style and kind of perfecting it. I don't think it really got good until maybe 2014, when I started doing just some still images of black folks and black cartoony type characters. I did one of some brothers playing some blues in a juke joint, and then I did another one of some black people on the beach, and another one, black people going on their first date. So that's where this style sort of developed there, and I thought I kind of hit the perfect spot where it was satisfying to me as well as to other people as well. And then, I started taking this into other realms, not just doing animation and character design, but also using it to do children's books. And the biggest one I can say so far are the Big Monty books, the series of books of Big Monty. That would include the Lunatic Lunch Lady, the Cyborg Substitute, and the Pump Dump Principal. If you want to go buy those, they're available on Amazon in paperback, hardback, and as well as for your Kindle reader. And they're for kids that are just learning how to really update their reading as far as like first grade, second grade. So it's a grade school book, and I think your kids will very much enjoy it. But that's why I use this style of drawing for. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. I'm going to be drawing just some regular black folks that you might see around your neighborhood, or maybe some that you might have went to school with, or just ones that you knew in your family. And I'll be drawing them in a very cartoony style, just having some fun tonight. I will do this all traditionally with just hand-drawn pencils, inks, and then I will go ahead and color them with some markers. Just very simple colors that will bring these characters out into more realistic realm. So join me tonight, folks. I know you guys will like this a lot. Make sure you spread it around. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and make sure you like the video as well. That helps me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. So that's what we're going to be drawing tonight, folks. Some cartoon black folks, and we're going to have a good time. If you want to just stick around and chat with me in the chat, or you want to just sit back, relax, watch me draw, you can do that as well. So I'm going to hit that intro music, and what I'll do is I'll do 3 cartoony characters on one page. We'll do an intermission, and then we'll jump to doing 3 more cartoony characters on another page. So that's what we'll be doing tonight, folks. So let's hit that intro and hop right into my Black folk cartoons. Let's go.
Like no other, 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 like no other. Like no other.
Okay, folks, here we are at the intermission point, and we got the first round of Black folk cartoons, and I can call these ones the square, the thug, and the cutie. So that's what we got on this page here. We got kind of a square, nerdy type black brother that we do exist out there. For those who think black nerds do not exist, we do exist, and I'm talking about real black nerds, not just black people who wear glasses. That doesn't count as a nerd. You gotta do something nerdy or something that was unpopular at a time where you could be made fun of for liking certain things. It doesn't count nowadays, really, because now nerd and geek culture is kind of accepted. But, you know, there was a time where everything wasn't as cool as it is right now. So we got that type of character there with his braids and his locks. You got the thuggish type character with the wrap around his head and the beard, and you got a little bit of taco meat going on in the chest area. And we got the cutie girl with a short Egyptian bob, and she kind of got her belly showing. She's out hanging out for the springtime. Big jangling earrings. Type of girl I used to love and chase back in the 90s. So that's what we got so far, folks, in my Black folks cartoons. I guess as far as inspirations for this style, I guess I could say that my inspiration came from a lot of the comics that I read as a child, whether it be the comic strips from the newspaper, whether it be Curtis or Dagwood, and what was some of the other ones that I liked. I used to love Archie comics back then. That's kind of like how I learned how to draw women, was from reading Archie comics with, you know, Betty and Veronica, and even Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, and Josie and the Pussycats. So moving on to that, even watching those old Hanna-Barbera cartoons that they kind of used to rerun in the 80s. I used to watch all of them, like Scooby-Doo, once again, Josie and the Pussycats, Captain Caveman, all that stuff. So that kind of informed my idea as far as how to draw these types of cartoony characters, and just doing my own thing as well. Because, you know, I like drawing people a little bit, looking a little bit more ethnic. I like keeping that there, especially when drawing black people. I like adding that extra flair, and it helps that, you know, I am a black person who grew up around a bunch of black people. And my dad, I'll give him credit. My dad gave me a lot of pointers as far as drawing, even though he never really continued or worked as an artist per se. I guess you can say an architect is a good way of, that he worked as an artist, but his main thing was mainly music, but he was also very talented as far as drawing goes, and he kind of gave me the ropes as far as how to draw a basic face. So taking a little bit of inspiration from him as well at a young age, that kind of informs how I draw my cartoony black folks. So this is what we got so far, guys. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen so far. We'll be doing 3 more drawings in the next segment, and I don't know what they'll be exactly yet, but we'll see how it goes. And, you know, if you want to support the channel, if you like what I do here, please go ahead and become a Patreon of Chris Crazyhouse. I would very much appreciate that. Special shout out to my Patreons that I have so far: Roy Rainbow III and Rudolph Headley L. Thank you both very much for being Patreons of Chris Crazyhouse. That means a lot to me, and I appreciate all the support that I get. It helps out a lot for this channel, and I hope to gain more supporters through Patreon, and you guys will probably be getting some secret updates pretty soon. I don't want to let it out because that's going to be Patreon exclusive when it comes out. But moving forward, if you want to become a Patreon, just go to patreon.com/ChrisCrazyhouse and sign up. $5 a month, and you get something in return. You actually get some artwork that is exclusive only to my Patreon, and I know you guys will appreciate downloading and enjoying that. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can always go to my online store. That is chriscrazyhousestoreenvy.com, and you can get all types of great products from me. That includes my coloring books, my Naturally Cute coloring books, my Chris Crazyhouse coloring books, and you can get my comics and my graphic novels, and you can also get posters and stickers exclusively made by me Chris Crazyhouse. There will be some new stickers coming pretty soon, so be on the lookout for that. I will definitely be advertising that on my YouTube channel when they come out. But we do have some naturally cute stickers that are available now that you can buy. And thank you very much to those who have been buying so far. To you as well, I very much appreciate you. There's too many to name. I've had so many people buy stuff from me on my online store as well as my Amazon store. So thank you guys very much for your support. So we're going to be moving forward, folks. I'm going to play an ad for Naturally Cute Fantasy. That is my latest Naturally Cute coloring book that is on sale now, both on Amazon and my online store. Naturally Cute Fantasy, featuring black women with their natural hair in different fantasy settings, whether it be cyberpunk, high fantasy, fairy tales, mermaids, superheroes, all that good stuff. You can buy that now as soon as possible on Amazon or on my online store. And I'll play a quick ad and we'll jump right back into doing more cartoony black folks. Let's go. Yes, indeed. Here we are, the final cartoons of my drawing my butt off black cartoons characters. And this one, I guess I could call the uncle, the granny, and the dancer. And let me just explain what that is first. First, you see the older black gentleman here. I call him the uncle because he kind of reminds me of one of my uncles from back in the neighborhood. This is the type of brother that you always see outside working on his car. For some reason, it's never really fixed, but he's always working on it. He's always got the cigarette hanging out of his mouth. And the particular uncle that I'm thinking of, I would either see him, if he wasn't working on his car, he was at the convenience store buying some cigarettes and buying some soda pop. So that was that type of character that I was thinking of when I was drawing this. And you know, it just brought back a lot of very funny memories from my childhood. And then you have the granny. This is that old black woman you might see around town that kind of looks like a woman who I called my aunt, but she really wasn't my aunt. She was the woman who helped take care of my grandmother when my grandmother first moved to New Jersey. So that'll tell you how old this woman was. That when I knew her, she was old. Like, she was so old. She's one of those women that we don't know exactly how old she was when she passed away because there were no records of her birth. So that's how old this woman was. But you might know some people like that, either in your family or people that might have been friends of your family, which this woman was a great friend. She was a sweet lady, very funny. And like I said, she helped take care of my grandmother when my grandmother first moved to New Jersey as a teenager. So that should tell you how old this woman is. And my grandmother's 90 now. So, you know, I want to draw an older woman like that. Then I want to draw more of like a B-girl / dancing girl from, you know, that era, late 80s, early 90s. My cousins and my older brothers definitely fit into this demographic. So I kind of want to represent that in a bit of a drawing. So that's what you got here, folks. You got the uncle, the granny, and the dancer. And like before, we got the nerd, the thug, and the cutie. So that's my black folk characters for tonight. I hope you guys really enjoyed seeing these types of characters drawn and these types of people drawn in a more cartoony style. We don't really see it that much. That's, if you think back to our childhood and growing up, maybe, you know, Bebe's Kids or The Proud Family, which was done by the same animation team. That's where you got to see these types of black cartoony characters. Maybe one day something that I produce will be more widely known, so we'll get to see more types of cartoons like this. And if you like this style or you like this type of drawing, just let me know in the comments or in the live stream. I'll do more of them as time goes on. I think you guys will like it and appreciate it. And I always love doing it. Just when I'm doodling, that's usually how I doodle. It's rarely that I do any type of finished piece when I'm just drawing around the house, but this I definitely like doing. So just let me know how much you like it in the comments, and I'll definitely do more later on. So anyway, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate you as always. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe, like, and share this video. I know there's some people out there who will appreciate seeing it. And be here next week for when I do some more drawing my butt off. I might do some more cartoony stuff. I'm not sure yet, but we will see as time goes on. And like I said, keep posted, hit that notification bell. That way you always know whenever I upload any new content to this channel. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. Once again, Chris Crazyhouse signing out. Peace.